Sam Wilson, Captain America, lands safely on the ground with the aid of the Falcon. And, luckily for the hero, Falcon also brought Captain America's armor and shield. Captain America, still focused on his objective, tells the Falcon that Crossbones is still up on the cliff, and that, surprisingly, he wasn't the one that threw him off the cliff. It was the Black Panther. The two prepare to leave, but are stopped before their departure by the Prime Minister Folosade, her subordinate Imani Kolowole, and the Princess Regent Shuri.
"Where is T'Challa?"
she barks.
"Where is my brother?"
Captain America steps towards the Princess Regent. "He attacked me, Shuri. We fell down the waterfall. He vanished."
"You were told specifically not to conduct any missions on Wakandan soil."
"We can have this discussion later. Right now, the guy responsible is probably waking up."
"You mean this man?"
Shuri points down to a captured Crossbones bound behind Imani.
"You disobeyed a direct order."
"Order!" Falcon, in an attempt to bring some reason back to the discussion, states, "Either way, it's mission accomplished, right? We successfully prevented a terrorist attack on Wakandan soil, and we apprehended the leader of the vibranium smuggling ring. Where I'm from, that's a win."
"Where you're from, indeed,"
Shuri agrees.
"As a result of the illegal incursion conducted by Sam Wilson, aka Captain America, representing the interests of the United States, Prime Minister Folosade has declared that the government of Wakanda be ceasing any and all further immigration by Americans into Wakanda."
Her voice not only echoes in the captain's ears, but the ears of the citizens of Wakanda, as her message is relayed in real time.
"The United States grants its heroes far too much latitude, and as Captain America does not claim to have been acting on his own, we can and will only assume he had the backing of his government in the launching of this covert operation. With immediate effect, the government of Wakanda shall cease the processing of all asylum applications from American citizens. Those recently awarded Wakandan citizenship shall hereby have that citizenship revoked. You have 30 days to leave this country or face deportation."
"Those people are innocent," Captain America barks back. "Why are you punishing them? Your beef is with me, not them."
And yet, Captain America is supposed to be the example Americans follow. Wakanda can ill afford more instability.
"Deporting those people won't make Wakanda any safer."
"You are not qualified to make that assessment."
Captain America turns on his heel back to Falcon. "Come on, Falcon. You heard the lady. Now that our illegal incursion saved their country and ours, we're no longer needed." Later, back in Harlem, Sam explains the events of Wakanda to Misty Knight while the two of them share a plate of cheese fries. He and Joaquin saved 2 countries from collapse. And what do they get in return? Hundreds, maybe thousands, of refugees kicked out of what could have been their new home. Misty tries to reason to Sam that he isn't the one responsible for deporting those people. Maybe Wakanda isn't paradise. Maybe, she hints, paradise is something they can build a little closer to home. But while they're on the subject, Missy can't help but wonder, what was on the train that originally started all this anyway? Elsewhere, back near Nogales, Joaquin and his cousin, Luisa, stand on the side of a cliff as they watch the sunset together. Luisa tells Joaquin that she thinks that the person in charge of Crossbones and the other mercenaries was after her because of the purple rock she had hidden away in her shoe. The way she puts it, he looked like a real jefe. His suit was so white it glowed, like dirt was afraid to touch him. Joaquin knows this man must be the same White Wolf he and Sam heard about in Wakanda. He's still out there, and he's most likely still looking for that piece of vibranium. Luisa recalls sneaking a piece of the giant rock, fully knowing that it was used for her captor's experiments.
Do you think that's what made the Senora sick?
She asks her cousin earnestly.
If it was vibranium, it might have triggered the bioweapon. But you didn't infect her. It's not your fault. I missed them,
Luisa admits, as Joaquin lifts her in the air and into the distance.
Before we were captured, we didn't know each other, but riding that train, we turned into a family.
I know what you mean about family. Sam rescued me when I was different. Before I became me, we were strangers. Joaquin admits that Sam can be a bit brusque. He likes to do things his own way. But he counts on Joaquin. He lets Joaquin pull his own weight. At the same time, Joaquin knows Sam is going to be there to catch him when he's falling, and his wings stop working. Sam's turned into something like a big brother for Joaquin, something like family. Later, Joaquin and Luisa land near a small farmhouse just before sundown. An elderly woman opens the door and welcomes them, whom Luisa comes to find out is Joaquin's abuela, Mariana Torres. However, that is not the only person ready to greet the two. Paco, the boy from the train, riding a donkey, yells to the top of his lungs for Luisa's attention, joyously jumping from the animal and rushing up to hug her. Luisa thought she would never see the boy again after the train incident. The two share a brief moment before Mariana tells Luisa that the others are waiting for her inside. Luisa gasps before grabbing Paco's hand and running past the elderly woman. Joaquin smiles. Abuela, thank you. They've had a long journey. Mariana places a hand on her grandson's shoulder.
Your mother would have been proud of you, Joaquin.
I know. It's just, I wish she could have seen this. Later, back in Harlem, Sam sits alone atop a city building. The Fries are gone. Misty has returned home for the night. It's just Sam and T'Challa. Here for round 2? Sam asks, before the other can speak. No, T'Challa replies. I am here to say that I understand. What the Wakandan government did was reactionary and uncalled for. It is not what I would have done, but I no longer hold that power. I meant everything I said earlier about the meteor, about the responsibility that comes with that power. We both want the same thing, T'Challa reasons. To keep our homes safe. I am paying for my decisions, and you are paying for yours. Make no mistake, you have my respect, but we are not friends. I will do everything to protect Wakanda. My claws will tear down the world around me if that's what it takes. Sam doesn't respond. He doesn't even look back at the Panther. However, before T'Challa leaves, he tells Sam, I am sorry about your parents. Elsewhere, White Wolf, furious at the turn of events in Wakanda, crushes his glass of liquor within his bare hands. He doesn't flinch. Instead, he just grabs a cloth from his pocket and wipes away the glass and blood. He is interrupted by an assistant of his telling him the Mohandan Prime Minister is en route and that their forces are ready, which is good. Now, they may proceed. It will be good for White Wolf to smell Mohandan air once again, to see his homeland at last, and to destroy Captain America.